Hello everyone, in this video we'll be learning about homeopathic remedies, that is millefolium in China and its indication in hemorrhage. First we'll be dealing about millefolium and then I'll be dealing about China. Millefolium, ailments from falls, from height, overexertion, lifting, suppressed lochia, suppressed menses, suppressed hemorrhoids. Whenever a person falls from a certain height, millefolium can be thought of. Sphere of action, cardiovascular system, respiratory system, nervous system. Mind, reproductive system. Cardiovascular, respiratory, nervous system and mind, reproductive system. Hemorrhage from all orifices of the body, from wounds or of a mechanical origin. Painless hemorrhage without fever. Millefolium, there will be painless hemorrhage. There is bleeding, but there is no pain and there is no fever. Hemorrhage is from all orifices of the body. Blood is bright red and fluid. They profuse bleeding wounds, especially after a fall. Whenever there is a profuse bleeding, when there is a fall and there is profuse bleeding, you can think of millefolium. Cough. Causation. Suppressed menses or hemorrhoids will result in cough. After a fall from height, after violent exertion. Character of the cough will be like cough with raising of blood daily at 4 p.m. Same feature is found in Lyco. Cough with raising of blood daily at 4 p.m. Hemoptysis. After injury in incipient theses in hemorrhoidal patients from ruptured blood vessel. So, the sputum which contains blood in theses, that is tuberculosis patients, in hemorrhoidal patients, the patients which suffer from piles and from ruptured blood vessel. Female reproductive system, painless drainage. So as I mentioned earlier, the hemorrhages will be painless. Painless drainage from nose, lungs, after labor or abortion, after general exertion or after miscarriage. In millefolium, the painless drainage, it occurs from nose, lungs and also after labor or abortion. There will be hemorrhage which will be painless after great exertion and miscarriage. Prevention in postpartum hemorrhage. Postpartum, after delivery hemorrhages, it can be prevented by millefolium. Menses, time early, quantity profuse, duration protracted. Blood is bright red and fluid. Chronic tuberculosis, hemorrhage. Blood forms a sediment in the vessel like a bloody cake. Sterility with a profuse menstruation. So, in chronic tuberculosis patients who have hemorrhage, millefolium is indicated, and then the blood will form a sediment in the vessel like a bloody cake. It forms a sediment, it forms like a cake in the vessel. Then millefolium is thought of. Sterility with a profuse menstruation. Modalities, aggravation, lifting and over exertion, and amelioration is by wine. Hope millefolium is clear. Let us have a quick revision of it. Hemorrhage will be from all the orifices. There will be painless hemorrhage. The character of the blood will be bright red and fluid. Then the cough at 4 p.m. as if raising of the blood daily at 4 p.m. And why does the cough occur? From suppressed menses or hemorrhoids after a fall from height after violent exertion will be the cause of cough. Then hemoptysis will be there in theses patient, chronic theses and hemorrhoidal patients from ruptured blood vessel. In female reproductive system, you have to think about abortion, miscarriage, after labor, everything. There will be painless drainage. The drainage will also be from the nose and lungs and after exertion. And prevention of postpartum hemorrhage. Menses, it will be early and the quantity will be profuse and duration will be protracted. The blood, as I mentioned earlier, bright red and fluid. Chronic tuberculosis patients, hemorrhage. Blood will form a sediment and it forms a cake in the vessel. Sterility with a cake, bloody cake. It will look like, it gives the appearance of a bloody cake. Sterility will profuse menstruation. Modalities: lifting and overexertion, amelioration, wine. I hope this is clear. Now we'll head on to China. China, it is also known as Cinchona officinalis. Ailments from exhausting discharges or loss of vital fluids such as hemorrhage, diarrhea, excessive lactation, suppuration, etc. The vital fluids, there is loss. The vital fluids loss can be in the form of bleeding, hemorrhage, in the form of diarrhea, excessive lactation, suppuration, sexual excess, loss of sleep, abuse of quinine. These are all the ailments of China. Where does China predominantly acts upon? That is, sphere of action will be blood and cardiovascular system, GIT, respiratory organ, liver, spleen, nervous system, brain and mind. You come from above: nervous system, brain, mind, then respiratory organs, cardiovascular system, GIT, liver, spleen, that's all. Diathesis, hemorrhagic diathesis. Thermals, China is a chilly patient. Hemorrhage, hemorrhage from every orifice of the body such as mouth, nose, bowels, rectum. Long continued hemorrhages occur with the desire for sore things and ringing and buzzing sound of the ears. So, as a concomitant during hemorrhage, there will be ringing sound in the ear. The patient says he can listen some ringing sound in the ear, and the patient will crave for sore things during hemorrhage in China. Disposition to hemorrhage from loss of sight, general coldness, sometimes convulsions. Along with the hemorrhage, the patient is disposition, which means he is prone to hemorrhage. From the loss of sight, there is loss of sight, there is general coldness, and sometimes there may be convulsions. Convulsions, it is also, these feature is also seen in Ferrum and Foss. Anemia. The quantity and quality of blood are altered, become thin, watery, circulation lacks energy. Whenever the blood becomes thin and watery, the pressure will reduce, that is, the proteins will come reduce, and there will be circulation will lack the energy. General debility, anemic conditions are set in. Headache caused as a result of hemorrhage, loss of vital fluids, sexual excess. Why does the headache occur? Because of hemorrhage, loss of vital fluids and sexual excess. Nosebleed from the relaxed blood vessels, dry coryza with much sneezing. Cough, hoarse, excited by tickling of sulfur fumes, expectoration of pus mixed with dark coagulated blood. Chest, suppuration of lungs following hemorrhage, profuse bloodletting, congestion of blood, and violent palpitation. Hemoptysis may be present. Female reproductive system after climacteric, that is nearing menopause, with profuse hemorrhages, insomnia after hemorrhage, time, first menses are too early, the quantity of menses is profuse with pain. Duration, lasting too long, character, dark clotted blood. Modalities, loss of vital fluids, touch, bending over, just bending over, and at night there will be aggravation. Amelioration by hard pressure and bending double. Okay, so let's summarize China. China, you have to remember, hemorrhage is from all the orifices: mouth, bowels, rectum. They are long continued hemorrhages. Person crave for sore things, and there is buzzing and ringing sound in the ears. And general coldness and convulsions are present. Anemia will be there. The circulation will lack energy. The blood becomes thin, watery. Anemic conditions will be there. Headache, it occurs from loss of sleep, sexual excess, and hemorrhage. Nose, you come to the respiratory. Nose, cough, chest. 3 points. In the nose, there will be nosebleed, epistaxis from the relaxed blood vessel, and dry coryza with the mucus sneezing, with much sneezing. Cough. The cough will be as if it is excited by the sulfur fumes. It will be hoarse. The expectoration will be two things will be there in the expectoration: pus and dark coagulated blood. The chest, there will be suppuration of lungs and congestion of blood, and palpitations will be present. Hemoptysis will be present. Female reproductive system, climacteric period, profuse hemorrhages. The menses will be early, profuse with pain, and they last for a too long time, and dark clotted blood, and insomnia will be there with hemorrhage. Aggravations of China is loss of vital fluid, touch and bending over, ameliorated by bending double and heart pressure. With this, we come to an end of two remedies, that is China as well as millefolium. I hope all this both remedies are clear to you guys. Thank you.